Well, it's been a couple of days since my last video, and we do have some arrests. First one we're going to deal with is dope-dogg, who was at the Eastman School District. As some of you seem to like a story in an English accent, let's read what he says about the event. So, location, Eastmont School District Office in East Wenatchee, Washington. Objective, First Amendment audit of the public employees to see if they respect our right to film them peacefully. Public information. It is hung up everywhere. All kinds of info, from calendars to meetings to just about anything else important enough to throw up on the bulletin board for a time. I can and will film these things, just because I have the right to. You do not need an appointment to see the public info on the bulletin board or announce yourself or notify anyone. Public lobby, public foyer, any hallways or other public accessible areas are areas where I'm able to stand and film. That is it. Believe it or not, I have the right to free press. And under freedom of the press, I have a Supreme Court decision in F.UK.T v. United States that states, there is no expectation of privacy in public. That means whatever I can see in public, I can also record. You cannot trespass the eye, which you will see. My right gets violated here in these two videos. This is part one. Another right under freedom of the press is a case law, Smith v. Cummins, from the 11th District Court of Appeals, which states, I have the right to record my public employees during the course of their duty from public property and specifically to disseminate the public interest to the public. Now, that one is an important one to remember. Actually, all of them are important, extremely important, if you're going to walk into our shoes of a journalist, because ultimately those laws are what keeps the country in check. If the public employees cannot be held accountable with transparency, then we must do something. This growing feeling of tyranny is dangerous because it affects us in ways we cannot see. I am addicted to my freedoms. I do not wish to waive them. As we take one step into the building, we can see chairs for the public to sit and wait for help. Gracia Mata Cervantes, she was not at her desk. Kaylee Spieth, she was not at her desk. Conference room was empty office. I am feeling the twilight zone until I turned around and someone appeared out of thin air. Hi, can I help you? Is what she asked. Now we have contact, here goes freedom. No, I'm just going to take a look around, I say. Okay, can I ask the purpose of the look around? She can ask, and she will ask with disdain. Brandy is what she says her name is, and she apparently does not know who the public, brackets her boss, is. Well, I suppose it is time to try and educate. Lady, you are acting in the official capacity of a public servant. You do not even dare and assume you are equal to the public. You are below the public. You serve the public. It is true, you are also a public member, but while you are getting paid by us, so your freedoms are governed and restricted dramatically by your policy. While you get paid by us, you serve us, and you do not force your service onto us. That is not nice, and it is very rude. So you have a job, I tell her. I am trying to, with you, but what she is doing is forcing her help, when I do not need or nor want her help at all. I told her that from the beginning, and she will not stop trying to help me. I believe that is treading too heavily on the public's freedoms. I cannot just let you walk around, I guess. Does this Brandy really think she is going to say that to me, and her ego will not let me be? She has to help me, because the ego in her is showing tyranny, controlling and trying to manipulate me into thinking she can and will help me at her will and demand. If there is something I can directly help you with, I will be happy to do that. I had to walk away from that. This lady was ruining my video of the building, and more importantly, she was doing a horrible job of leaving me alone. I make my way down the stairs because it is publicly accessible. No roped off area or signage for the public. Now right before I reach the bottom of the stairs, I see two cubicles and the tops of two heads. The one on the left, she did a duck and hide move I once seen in a movie. Super funny. As if she is Kim Kardashian, hiding from the paparazzi. Peekaboo, I see you. After a drink of water from the fountain, a quick sweep of the lunch break room and the copy machine supply room, I find another public employee who thinks they have to help me. First she asks, "Can I help you with rudeness?" "No thanks, I'm being nice," when I respond. "Okay, you need to stay out of our offices." And with that, my battery died on my mini camera. She pushed past me, brushing her arm against the side of my body to get to the door. I am guessing her office, which I'm also guessing holds the secret plans to take over the world. The only thing I could do was take out my cell phone, and that video will be on the next upcoming release. I hope you enjoyed this one and watch out for round 2. It is a blockbuster. This is all going on my YouTube public platform. The media is going to see this. I tried to warn her by telling her cordially, and her feelings just could not comprehend. I am there for every single breathing living person in this great free nation of ours. She was really not having any of that. Instead, she had some of the worst disdain for the public I have ever witnessed firsthand. With a smile, she shakes her head up and down like an immature youth. Because of her hurt feelings, she has no control over how she behaves in front of the public. She makes her employees feel safe. Too bad, or their feelings do not exceed my rights. I got the law on my side. Is she or her employees above the law? Let us find out, shall we? Can someone run to the store and get some butt hurt cream? Super. Intendant Becky Burke is in dire need of some. So after finding out her employees are safe from me and my camera, her next step is to call the police. I always thought if nothing wrong is happening, why make a big deal out of nothing? The armed agents of the state should only be used when someone's freedoms are being infringed upon. I should have been the one to call the police on these bad, uneducated, unteachable and uncommunicative public employees. She did touch me. She touched my jacket and laid a hand on me from behind when I was walking up the stairs. Unwanted touching is called assault, and it is illegal. At that point, she was slipping down a slippery slope and was in trouble. So, after a brief survey of the publicly accessible area, I decided to head up the stairs. This public servant by the name of Becky Burke, or something rather similar, stomps on the stairs, as you can hear in the video right behind me, nearly stepping on my heels. Very unprofessional, very unworthy of the privilege to serve the public. She pretends to know her job. Her job is not securing the safety of her employees. I do not know what her job is, but I assure you she is not security at this building. They have a school liaison officer for security purposes. She tells me on the stairs, "You need to leave." I do. I have business to conduct here, Becky Burke, and I am not done or through yet. My business is a First Amendment protected activity of filming you from where the public is allowed to be. Now, if it is not an area for the public downstairs, all you have to do was to tell me that. Then the public will allow the department to issue no public access signage to let the public know not to go down there. That simple, instead of calling the ones who are afraid first, then ask questions later. This video from my cell phone deals with Officer 1, Cooper, Officer Hernandez, Officer Ergensen, and Officer Knudsen. These 4 tyrants had absolutely no idea how to perform their duty to uphold, protect, and defend our freedoms when I charged them with doing that to protecting the US Constitution. I, Cooper, is the school liaison officer, and he did his job completely wrong. From the unlawful seizure of my person when he was not reasonable about his suspicion of trespass. Furthermore, he would also need to articulate the crime, which he absolutely could not. So he just skipped all that part and quickly ran inside, having the other police officers detain me from moving inside the building to hear what was being said. I got arrested 10:18 and got out 10:27 after being in jail for 10 days or so. I just could not take it anymore and took the plea deal the city of East Wenatchee offered me through my public defender. The deal was the city attorney would drop the 4th degree assault because there was no assault from my person, and I would plead guilty to 1st degree trespassing. I did not want to plea, but my freedom is the most valuable thing I possess. 2 days time served with 2-year probation That also means I got shut down, and Freedom is getting the life choked out of her right before our eyes on my channel by our public employees, and in particular our law enforcement officers and police. I am sure you will be anxious to see if there is any more freedom of the press left here in this so-called Great Northwest. If I do not ever post another video again, we will know why. I now have it in my head that Leos believe they can just take away our freedoms and nothing happens. Leo now have it in their head they are above the law and will act on their belief with no fear from public. Freedom is no more, I believe, so I'm sorry. If you never see another video, it is just my freedom means everything to me, and taking the chance of it being taken away for no crime is just wearing me down. Arrested 5 times, 2 of which were 25 some odd days long for no crime. That is not easy. I want to thank all my supporters. I would not have journeyed down this path without you, the audience. I would not have gotten to experience the interesting interactions that I have witnessed with all of you. Some nerve-wracking, some very easy and cordial. Right, so that's his tome. Let's just have a quick look at him going into the cuffs.
But I haven't switched over yet. I just don't have $150.
Hey, maybe you guys should move your vehicles or something. I don't know if these people could get out. You know, we have freedom of movement, unless I'm being detained or arrested. But
Yeah.
so when I'm inside and a public employee blocks me like this and doesn't let me move, is that illegal? You betcha by golly wow it is.
So we just heard back from our partner. Right now, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct.
Disorderly.
Yeah. So I'll explain it to you right after we put you in handcuffs. So you can put your phone over there.
All right. Hold on, let me just turn off.
Now, as regards his story, I have confirmed that he did actually have a court case in East Wenatchee Municipal Court, and that was filed on the 19th of October, and I've confirmed there's no further court hearings on this matter. And to finish with El Dope Dog, just a reminder that he's got a number of criminal cases that he's facing over the next month or so. I was going to do just one arrest video, but as this one's been rather long because I've had a story to read, I think I'll just make this a standalone and watch my channel for the next arrest video, which I'm going to work on now. Thanks for watching.